how do you solve an algebraic equation, even if it's ugly? Now, ugly is a very broad term. Let's look at some specific examples. You can't do these in one step, or sometimes not even in 2 or 3 steps, but you can reduce them gradually until you get a solution. One of the big problems is if you have the variable on both sides. You can't let that stand, you have to fix it. Let's look at this example. Suppose you have 5w equal to 2w plus 12. You have w on both sides. That's not good. The idea behind solving an equation is to get the variable isolated. Well, it seems to me the simplest way to get the w's together is to subtract the smaller number of w's, 2w, from both sides using the subtraction property of equality. Here I have 5w minus 2w, and on the right-hand side, 2w minus 2w plus 12. You know what happens here. The 2w's subtract, leaving you with nothing. 5w minus 2w, when you subtract the coefficients, you get 3. I've got 3w, and that equals 12. How do I solve for w? It's time to use the division property of equality, dividing both sides by 3, canceling the 3's, dividing them out, leaving me a 1, which I don't need to write down. I can just write down w, and on the right side, 12 divided by 3 gives me 4. I found out what w is. That wasn't too bad. Sometimes you not only have the variable on both sides, you also have parentheses. That's when you use the distributive property. So, one more example. Suppose I have 3x plus 4 equals 6. The parentheses are causing me trouble. I can't proceed until I get rid of them. Remember, the distributive property tells me the 3 is multiplying both of the quantities inside. So, 3 times x gives me 3x. 3 times 4 gives me 12. I still have the 6 on the right side, and this now looks like a much simpler problem with the parentheses gone. If I subtract 12 from both sides to help isolate the 3x, I'm going to have 3x equals, careful, 6 minus 12 is negative 6, so I have a negative. Divide both sides by 3 using the division property of equality. Once again, the coefficients are gone. I have a 1. X equals minus 2, negative 2. Now you know a little bit more about handling algebraic equations when they're kind of ugly.